Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today. So we had a bit of a fall, which is refreshing, to be honest. We're looking to see what happens here now. So we have tagged this zone, and you see there's quite a strong zone here from last week, but we pretty much almost eroded all of last week's gains. So this is what I'd be watching. It's 33,879. Oscillators have eased off quite nicely, pointing to the downside, are separating. So we are in an upward trend. So what we should be doing is looking for opportunities to buy. Now, there are a few problems, and I'm just going to get to them now. So the first one, I'm going to take that. So there is a trend line. Then we have this trend line, which is probably the one that we need to pay attention to, which has broken. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have a move to the downside. We need a retest of that and then a rejection for that to be confirmed. So at the moment, we're just going to ignore the diagonals. We're going to focus on the moving averages. They are pointing to the upside, and then move down through the time frame. So if you look at the 3 hour, look at the diversions forming on the 3 hour. You can pick any one of these lows here. You can see the oscillators are high. Pick the low where we are now. Oscillators are low. That is continuation diversion. So at this stage, this is looking like a zone to buy. And we have a double inside bar here, and then the morning has kicked off with a little bit of a green bar. So this is all related to what's going on in China, nothing else, this little fall here. So if we just drop down to the hour, you can see the volatility that came in. We did try to close the gap, but that didn't materialize. And hindsight being a perfect science, there was structure, and you can see we had a pin bar off it. But if you'd taken that pin bar, that would have been on the European session, and then moving on to, well, just before the US opened, and then in the US session, you would have been stopped out, basically. And that's because you're trying to go against the trend. You're above the moving averages. So at the moment, we've got to cross over the moving averages. We are behind them. So you need to be paying attention to quite a few things, right? So we're at a big area of support. It could be tested again, that's for sure. If you reject this area of 3400, 34,014, then I would expect another move down, or another attempt at least at this 33,879. Break through that, then there are a host of tails here which are going to offer some kind of support here. So the buyers are going to be coming in this zone. There's no two ways about that. So this is 33,729, and this is 33,879. So that's the zone that buyers are going to come in at. What you're going to be looking for today is if there is a rejection of sort. And look at this structure here. You can see that area there lines up with the moving averages. So that would be your next level, and then just above it, one of these tails. So you're waiting for a rejection of 34,014, or you're waiting for a rejection of 34,114. If you get a rejection on the hour in any one of those two areas, you're looking to move this thing to the downside. And first retest the lows of yesterday at around 33,879, and then secondly, you're looking, it's going to be really difficult to pick a level because each one of these tails are going to give you some form of support. And you can see just here there's a whole host of them. So what I would typically do is just do something like that, and then watch, keep two charts open, keep a sort of a 5 or a 15-minute chart open, and then keep an hour chart open so you can just see where that zone is. Just want to finish off on the 15-minute quickly, because yesterday was really messy. You can see no real structure, no uniform structure allowing you to get in. Let's see, that didn't even work out. So yeah, it really difficult one yesterday to get involved in. Big up, big down, typical fashion. I mean, you can see that's an area of resistance. So algorithms knew that there's stop lots above this area here because people got in and this came back to trigger them, and then collect all that money and then bomb to the downside. So 50-minute at the moment is agreeing with what we're seeing at the moment. You can see oscillators grouping to the upside. So watch these two areas, okay? These are the areas to pay attention to, 34,014 and 34,114. Definitely looking for another move down to 33,879 and also 33,835. And yeah, that's kind of my view. If you look at the daily, it does look like a big wedge forming, but it could just be a channel forming as well. Not really writing too much home to this at the moment. This is a big juicy target to the downside, that 33,430, 433. That is a massive target to the downside. Lots of support down there. Okay, so pretty much what I think is going to transpire. We are still in a not confirmed uptrend, but it is definitely moving that way. So just the oscillators that are against us on the daily. Anyway, that's kind of my view today. I hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.